Everybody, it's Mike with Mike Wagner Show, powered by Songwriter Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia Missing, available on Amazon, coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia. Double the suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David. Now on Amazon, keyword Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. Also brought by Sensei of Swing, Eric Dime with the latest All of Me. New music coming soon to your favorite platform near you, ericdimemusic.com. We're here with an amazing lady who's a Southern New Jersey singer, songwriter with 25 years experience. She has a new release honoring all veterans who served. She has a loyal following on YouTube, Spotify, and all the podcasts and music, social media platforms. And also winner of Best Emerging Songwriter 23 and Band of the Year in 2020. And she's based out of the Jersey Shore and also has talking about some releases like Through the Looking Glass and Crazy Horse, and a couple singles we'll be focusing on live plays in Jungle Plus Studios somewhere along the Jersey Shore. The multi-talented Southern New Jersey singer, songwriter, 25 years experience with A Song for Liz and Richard, the multi-talented Denise Miller. Denise, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Mike, and good morning to you. I'm just very happy to be here.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Denise. So you're Southern New Jersey singer, songwriter, 25 years experience. You have a new release that's honoring all veterans who served. It's called Richard. And also you have a loyal following on YouTube, Spotify, and all the platforms out there. You're the winner of the Best Emerging Songwriter of 23. And also in 2020, you got Band of the Year, which is called Denise Miller and Son. And you have releases Through a Looking Glass, Crazy Horse. We got some singles off of that. We'll be talking about two of them as well. And before getting all that, Denise, tell us how I first got started.
I always was a folk singer in our area. My son was a teenager. He was learning bass guitar, and one of his lessons was to write bass lines to the songs that I had been writing at the moment. Okay. And we started performing together, and it sounded good, so it grew into a duo. And we performed in local coffee houses and different venues and things. That lasted for several years. And then, he grew up and we ended up creating, we put out a local cassette tape at the time, Rat Pipe, that got some local newspaper attention. And then we released Crazy Horse in the year 2000. And the Atlantic City Press made a whole big feature out of it. We got some local TV coverage, and things grew from there. At this point, we don't perform together, but we are in the studio when I record. We have him and a couple other musicians that we usually use. So Denise Miller and Son is basically a studio band at this point. But I have some well-known local musicians who work with me, and I'm very grateful for them.
And certainly indeed. And what was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you do in the rest of your career?
One precise moment. When I was a kid, I remember seeing a boy playing guitar at a school function we went to. And I said, I want to do that. So at 11 years old, I started playing and it grew. That's it.
Oh, wow. So you began your career at 11. I'm just getting this
down
here.
I played a church show.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. It's somewhere along the lines, influenced by, someone playing at school and everything, church. And, oh my gosh, that's a really good inspiration. I have had my moments where I just, say, hey, that, I can do this. I can do that. And there's a study out there that says too, by the time you're around fifth grade, that you pretty much decided at that point subconsciously what you want to do your career. So you may be smarter than a fifth grader, but you got a path that's laid out like a fifth grader.
Yeah, it's been a great experience. And along the way, I've met a lot of wonderful people in the Recording Academy because I'm a member. And some of them reached out to me when Song for Liz was entered into the Grammy Awards in 2017 and got on the first ballot. I was contacted by some of the other artists and how much they admired the song. And from that point, they brought me into their circle. And since then, I go to their social events and we've come to know each other. And it's a great support system because people are very kind and a lot of them are very successful.
And it sounds like you have a really great support system, especially along South Jersey. And I've had a number of people on my show from the South Jersey area, very, very supportive, tight knit, everything else, and always welcoming new people. And I'm very thankful for all you guys out there too. And support the Mike Wagner Show. We support you guys, support Jared Petito. I understand you got hers coming up as well, and more. And of course, besides some of the things you did starting career, and who are some of your other favorite singers, songwriters, and other musicians growing up?
Oh, big influences were Joni Mitchell and John Denver. I used to tell people, you mix those two together, add water and stir, and you get me. I cover a lot of their stuff, and I cover them in the original keys. So if I play, one of those songs, I do it the way Joni did it, not the generic G, C, and E. So I love their music. And Neil Young and people like that, soft rock 70s.
It sounds like you have a lot of great influences, and you're looking to make a name for yourself as well. You already did with Song for Liz Beyond the Grammy Belt. We'll talk more about that, along with Richard and Denise Miller and Son. It's just right now, Denise. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has gotten great reviews. And Evil Evan endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. For It Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia, double the suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also, Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by a Sweet Psalmist based on the life of David through their exquisite pains and King David's Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner gives a new perspective of David through the Psalms he wrote in his time as a shepherd where it started and complicated yet turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check out the Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. Also brought by Sensei of Swing, Eric Diamond is released All of Me, featuring the title track, I've Got a New Heartache, Bring Me Sunshine and More. Eric's a multi-award winning artist, inducted in numerous Hall of Fames, entertainer and album of the year, and releasing new CDs soon. Check out the amazing Eric Diamond today at ericdiamondmusic.com. Follow on Facebook, YouTube, and all platforms worldwide. And also check out the Mike Wagner Show, mikewagnershow.com, 40 podcast platforms on the country. It's with you on any mobile device. Follow us on all social media, Facebook, Spotify, Spreaker, iHeart, YouTube, Instagram, and more. And for great gift ideas, check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast on Amazon. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books, merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with the amazing multi-talented Southern New Jersey singer, songwriter, 25 years experience, Denise Miller, and call themselves Denise Miller and Son here on the Mike Wagner Show. And before we talk about the 2 songs we're going to cover, you also did Through the Looking Glass and Crazy Horse back then, and a bit more about Crazy Horse and a bit more about Through the Looking Glass.
Crazy Horse, I wrote a song. The song about Crazy Horse compares the monument in South Dakota.
Oh, yes, I've been there. That was an amazing story.
The veteran motorcycle groups. Crazy Horse fought for the lifestyle of his people, just the way our veterans fight for our way of life. And I blended the 2 together, honoring both of them, because my husband and I like to travel to South Dakota, and we've been there to the mountain. And I sent them a copy of the CD and offered to give them some to sell in their gift shop. I have a lovely letter from them saying that they like the album. They only sell products made by Native Americans, but they liked
Oh,
my
okay.
album, so they kept it in their personal library, and I'm proud of that.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it'd be like they can just listen to it themselves, or is it like on loan, or do they would play it as ambient music throughout the store or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's something that you get out to South Dakota. In fact, I share my story. I was out there in 2018, got to see Crazy Horse, took the family out there. That was one of the best ones. And before we went out there, I had a coffee mug
Oh.
like this in order to commemorate during the Mike Wagner show. That was actually inspired by going to South Dakota. So I think you hit that right on the head. And that came from South Dakota. So I'll tell you that. So.
Yeah, well, as we love that state. We go out there for the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. We've been there
Okay.
several times. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. And we're looking forward to seeing you out there this year, next year, and everything like that. And we also did Through the Looking Glass and a bit more. I know we covered Crazy Horse, a bit more Through the Looking Glass, and also your releases. I've been waiting for you. I will see you again. And we're all the same and alive and again.
Oh, so Through the Looking Glass is a compilation of all my music from the early demos to the current songs. It kind of grew out of me wanting to. I had a lot of early stuff done on cassette tape, and I need to have it transferred digitally, onto a digital tape. And it grew into adding other things in and remastering it. And then the album is a double album. And in the front, my son and I are looking at a mirror with our images from the past when we were used to play together. When you turn it over in the back, my son and I are in the mirror looking at you now.
Oh,
So it's the past and the present. When you open it up, it has a picture of Crazy Horse and us in front of Crazy Horse. And then the other picture, there is a picture of my granddaughter in a green dress dancing on a lawn. That was the inspiration for the song Alice in Green, which is on Through the Looking Glass.
that was it. I guess the Cheshire Cat made me mess that one up. So Allison Green, I like that one.
Yeah. So yeah, and then there was a couple of singles those singles that some of them you mentioned, they are on Through the Looking Glass. We Are All the Same was a song that I wrote, was my song for peace, because of all the violent school shootings and everything. And the interesting point about it was I was writing it and I couldn't get a third verse. And then the shooting in Pittsburgh at the synagogue happened. And I wrote the third verse, about broken glass tearing into the heart. But once we realize that we are all the same, we can help each other because we are all the same.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding, no matter what our political or cultural background is, we are all human. I tell people at shows when I perform live, I say, if everybody in this room was to prick their finger right now, it would bleed red, because no matter what your background, your religion, your culture, whatever, we are all the same. And we need to understand that and help each other across the planet.
I agree with that one too. You talked about the Pittsburgh shootings that inspired to write the third verse of "We're All the Same." What were the school shootings that you had included in that song? I think you went over a couple, but went by a little fast.
I didn't name any of them. I did not name any of the school shootings. Okay. Just about the pain of I feel pain when my brother's hurting and his child is mine too. The empathy that we have for other people who go through all sorts of pain. But that's where it came from.
Okay. And you also have I've Been Waiting for You and I'll See You Again. Also, tell us more about that.
I've Been Waiting for You, I wrote when a friend of mine had a baby. And it's a parent looking at a newborn child and thinking about what the future is going to be, and a song of love to the child. I Will See You Again, I work in mental health in a behavioral center. And I was inspired by the clients that I worked who had challenges, mental and physical challenges. And Sometimes they would have a breakdown and they would end up in the hospital. And about a month later, they would come back and they're all fine again. Here I am back. And it was like, I will see you again. I'll be back. It's about hope and recovery for people fighting mental illness. I gave it to the local big paper, the Atlantic City Press. They did an article on it at the time. And then when I perform it in different places, people come to me and say, well, that works for people with alcoholism, with drug addiction. Heck, even if you break your leg and you're in the hospital, you're going to come back, you're going to heal, you're going to do better, and you're going to start over. And so it's about hope and recovery.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really great idea as well, too. And what else do you base your lyrics on?
Life experiences, watching other people's life experiences, just general things around me. My granddaughter, she was playing on a lawn, and it was a father-daughter dance. She was about 4 years old, and I looked at her and I said, Alice in Green, and then it became, a parent, talking to the child. I didn't see you. I didn't see you coming. It took me by surprise. Her coming was a surprise to everyone. And until it ends at the end with, you and I walking down the aisle. Alice turns to me with a smile. So it's from when she's a baby until she grows to a lady. Yeah. And that's a popular song. It's doing very well.
That is really nice. I love when people write about their experiences, journeys, and everything else. And the two big songs we're talking about, Richard, A Song for Liz. We'll get that just with Denise Miller, and Son with Denise Miller today here on the Mike Wagner Show. And you are listening to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundCloud Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author, me and Bolson's Missing. Also brought to us the Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David. Check it out on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner, and brought to you by the Sensei of Swing, Eric Diamond with All of Me. Check it out, ericdiamondmusic.com. We'll be back with multi-talent Denise Miller of Denise Miller and Son after this time. We're back on Denise Miller of Denise Miller and Son here on the Mike Wagner Show, the multi-talent Southern New Jersey singer-songwriter, 25 years experience. And let's talk about the one song that really means to you is Richard. Tell us more about that one.
I was in a store and I met a World War II veteran. I went up to him to speak to him and thank him for his service, because my father and my uncle were both World War II veterans. So I spoke to him and he told me his life story. And then when we were separating, I said, oh, by the way, what's your name? And he said, Richard. And I said, thank you, Richard. And a little light bulb went off in my head. Well, over the next few weeks, I wrote this song, and it was about honoring him and also using that to honor all our veterans, because I believe that our veterans need to be honored. Some people have been saying not so very nice things about them. So this is my way of thanking all our veterans. And if I meet any, how you see them with the hats on, I'll go up and, as I always do, and say, thank you for your service. But now I say, by the way, if I may tell you, I wrote this song, and I have stickers with the cover of the song. And I'll explain it to them, and I'll give them and say, you can have somebody look this up anywhere online. It's released digitally, and and share it to other people who are veterans. I want as many veterans as possible to hear this, and families of veterans. That's my goal.
And we'll see to it that it gets out there. And to the veterans out there watching and listening to Mike Wagner Show, we thank you for your service as well. And also A Song for Liz. That's another important one. Tell us more about that one.
I had a very close friend for 32 years, and she developed cancer. And while she was fighting it near the end, I sat down to write, it was started off as a letter to her. And it was our story. Well, I ended up putting music to it, and it became Song for Liz. And she did hear it a couple of weeks before she passed. And I didn't do anything with the song for a few years because it was too personal. It was too painful. I could barely get through singing it. I had to sing it at her funeral. It took every ounce of strength in me to do that. We were very, very close. and she was a wonderful person. And a few years later, I played it once in a while, and people said, "That's a really good song. Can I get a copy of that?" Nah, no. So in 2016, I said to her daughters, "Listen, do you mind? This is your song. This is your song. Do you mind if I record this and release it?" And they said, "Go right ahead." So I did. That year, the Recording Academy, I got an email from them saying for the first time they were going to admit digital only releases for consideration for the ballots for that upcoming Grammy Awards. Since I'm a member of the Academy, I'm allowed to do this, and I had never done it before. Nothing else qualified because it was previous music at the time. So I took a big breath, and all they can do is say no, right? That's my motto.
Exactly.
And I sent it in. So, because I'm not a voting member, I'm a professional member. I couldn't see if it was on the ballot. But then when the voting process happened, there's a period of time where you could reach out to others and say, "Here's my song. Would you consider listening, consider voting for it?" There's a very strict parameter you can do that. And then at one point when it all ended, people were like contacting me. And that's how the rest of it began. "My wife and I love your song. I found you on the ballot and I supported you." I was in tears. Oh, I didn't.
Oh my goodness.
I was absolutely in tears. I'm what? I couldn't believe it. So then, of course, I am not nominated. Some people think I am, but no. The first ballot, people are voting for who they think should be nominated. Of each category, the top 5 or so are the ones who get the nominations. I don't know how many votes I got. I got some.
So it's like a step-by-step process. It's like, you'll somehow get your name in there. It's like, if you're considered, move on to next round, and then you pretty much make the
round
finals.
after that. Yeah.
Right.
Nominees, they vote again in December, and that's how they choose the Grammy winners.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I understand how the whole thing works. So it's like you somehow get it in, you move on next round, and the finalists. It's almost like American Idol, America's Got Talent, The Voice, something like that.
Yeah, only in 2 steps,
Got it. Okay. All right.
There's a lot of perimeters, rules of what you have to be a member of, all these things. It goes through, they look at it with committees to make sure it's in the right category and all this. So the thing was, from that experience, those people reached out to me when I went to the Grammy Awards, because I was going to go, because my name was in there somewhere in their books. Yeah, I'm going. And they invited me to their personal parties, and I got to meet them in person. And that began a friendship that goes on to this day.
Nice. That's a really great story. So for all you singers, songwriters out there is inspiration. You can check with Denise Miller as well too. And just one more thing, if there's music we have not covered, endless songs we have not talked about, tell us more about those.
Wow, there's quite a few. You could check on. Here, I got an idea. I don't have the album in front of me.
Okay.
There's like 30 songs on the album.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's 30 songs on there. But Lionheart is my latest release. And it's about finding your inner strength. It starts off with a person, who's at rock bottom, and the singer's telling them, your whole world has crashed down and it's all up to you now, but you have the heart of a lion, and you're stronger than you'll ever know, and you will get through this. Lionheart, calling the person Lionheart. And it's a very pretty song. The cover of the single is a lion, and that was just released like in September. That's my newest single. Yeah.
Oh, that is okay. Mm-hmm. We'll be happy
it's
to
available on Spotify and everywhere else.
Okay, that's a really good one we can throw in there too. Yeah, I think that's a really good one. In the meantime, where can we find all your music at, Denise?
You can find it on all streaming platforms, and YouTube, and it's released internationally around the world.
Okay, well, certainly check that out. We're at the multi-talented Denise Miller and Son here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more things, Denise. What else can we expect from you in 2025 and beyond?
Well, right now, I'm talking to radio shows and magazines. I'm going to be in a magazine that comes out on the Jersey Shore called Echoes of LBI. In their May issue, there's a feature on me. And my goal is to promote Richard and to promote our veterans. So that's what I'm doing right now this year.
All right, well, certainly check that out as well. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
John Denver. And John Denver and Johnny Mitchell, like I said.
And Little Rocky Mountain High as well, too. Was it Traffic Light or something like that? Yeah. Like that. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Don't give up. Follow your dreams. Dreams do come true. If you told me 20 years ago that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, I would have laughed at you. Yes, follow your dreams. Keep working harder. Do it.
And that is the most important thing. Just keep it simple and just keep going. We're here at the multi-talented Denise Miller and Son here on the Mike Wagner Show. Denise, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. Again, what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
My website is www.denisemillermusic.com. I have a Denise Miller Music Facebook page. I have, there is an Instagram, Denise_and_son. And my music, you can find it on Spotify and all, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms, and on YouTube. You can look it up. I have 2 channels actually on Spotify, and because Through the Looking Glass, when it comes out, it's under Denise Miller. And it says the music of Denise Miller and Son, but it's under Denise Miller. And then Crazy Horse and some of the other songs are, and like Richard and Lionheart, are up on Spotify under Denise Miller and Son. So they're next to each other. But
all right, we'll certainly check those out. Once again, Denise, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love having you back. We wish you all the best. And Denise, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you.